Sunday talk with Mikael Avatar. Today is Sunday. This is a 30 minutes recording, at least. So, this is my Sunday talk. I have no manuscript, nothing. I just talk. Uh, I have a main subject today. Uh, uh, make a difference in the world. Everything I do is because I really believe that people can make a difference in the world. Everyone can make a difference in the world. Seriously, small things everywhere. It's very rare that I meet people 5, 10 years after I have made a public speaking engagement. Sorry. And sometimes it happens. I remember one time there was a big event and they were serving dinner, and this waitress served me, say, sorry, I just have to tell you that uh, you have really encouraged me and changed the way I see my life. The other day, I was at the hospital, and my son, he was 2 years old, and he got this big uh, diagnosis from a doctor. And I sat in the waiting room crying, crying. And then I thought about you, and I stopped crying because your public speaking engagement I saw 5, 6 years ago. I remember you, and then I thought, if he can make a difference in the world, my son with his small diagnosis compared to me, it's no problem. No problem at all. So he told me that by serving at this fancy dinner, and she thought it was a sign from her world that he met me just 1, 2 days after his son had got this diagnosis, and he was so hopeful. That's making a difference in the world. You probably have similar story. You have told someone something very good advice or whatever, and it has changed people's way of seeing the world, changed their path, changed whatever small thing in their world. And that's why I believe. So everything I try to do is to get a possibility for people to get the impact in their world. I don't know where this broadcast is going. Today, maybe nobody watches me. Tomorrow, maybe one. In 5 years, maybe 10. And if one of them listen and find one key sentence in their life and make a different path because of that, that's enough. Some people are meant here to walk in this world, to make a big impact for millions of people. But everybody can make an impact on 1, 5, 10, even 100. That's a piece of cake. And for me, is all about exploring myself. Maybe that's egocentric, I don't know. But the more I explore myself, the more I know how I work, how I see the world, the more impact I see in the results. The more humble, the more I can say I know nothing. The more I study myself, the more I understand I know nothing about the world. It's so big. There's so many ideas how to live a life out there. So many ways of living a life. I can't even imagine some of the life paths that exist out there. If I push myself in my world, I get a bigger impact. If I make 100 live uh, broadcasting movies, I'm at day 88. If I make 100, you can make 100. I'm sure. I have cerebral palsy. I talk differently. What's your excuse for not talking about your life, your way of thinking? You will attract people I cannot attract. It's not possible because you have a different input. You see the world totally different from me and say you can say the same sentence as me, but you have a different outcome. Um, One of my mottos is if I can, you can. If I can with my background, my growing up lifestyle, you can. I mean, you don't need to do what I have done. Cross the Atlantic boat, cross the Atlantic Ocean in a sailboat with disabled people. That's like crazy stuff. That's. I was angry. Wanted to take the world, see me as a normal human being. Um, I was a rock climbing instructor. That's also crazy people doing. Um, I trained 15,000 hours to go to the Paralympic. That's not normal stuff. Normal people are not doing it. They can't do it. It's not their life path. So now I try to live a kind of normal life, but it's not possible. I cannot do a normal life ever. I destroyed the way of seeing my world. I can't do normal stuff. It's not possible. Seriously, I destroyed it long, long time ago. So this week I've learned some new stuff. Seriously, I have learned some new, really interesting stuff that you see that the camera, um, I have like a empty space here, and this is I think it's called the Dutch angle. Since I go to a new film school, this is the Dutch angle. You put the camera little down and you tip it that way, because then when I talk, I get more authority when I speak. That's like tricks from the movie world. So uh, now I have a new goal in my world to test all the film stuff that I do, um, that I learn about in the film school. If I come here, now the microphone is wrong. It's more news talking, kind of boring stuff. This angle is much more interesting from a film perspective. So that's why. So you who will follow me for a long time, you will see different stuff that I do to practice. I do this for practice, for learning, making live stream. Seriously, um, I will do interviews later on. Maybe the Sunday talk will be an interview. I have this idea, so I have a list of people I will invite to be on my uh, show. Uh, Probably it will be like a show. I have to create a different channel for that, but it will be broadcast on these platforms that you see these two. Um, there is some stuff I can't really handle. Animals suffering, animals get killed. Um, it makes me so sad. Yesterday we had the incident here. All our chicken was killed. Somebody forget to close the door, and it got inside the garden, and the dogs went into the chicken farm. Uh, four chickens still alive. I wake up this morning and I saw one walking around in the kitchen. We have our kitchen outside. I couldn't take the chicken. They are quite big now. Maybe I will make a video of them. They are very cute. 6 weeks, something like that. So instead of 40, we have only 4. Over the years here in Thailand, I have seen animals. We have buried so many dogs, so many cats in our garden, everywhere. They buried in a Buddha way, with dignity, with all the surrounding that you have in a Buddhist country, and their life thinking path is, it was their time now. And then they have a lot of speculation why it happened to us. I will not go into that, but 4 chicken was alive. So when I came to the kitchen this morning, and one was walking like nothing had happened in the kitchen, I was so happy, really so happy, and I couldn't catch it. I had to wait until the rest of the family wake up, and then we caught one, and then here is two more, and so we find 4. They are probably traumatized. The chicken, but we put them back in the cage. But now we should lock it so the dogs cannot go in, even if they come into the garden. uh, for Shiking you play music, so the music recording is going on, so maybe they feel secure, but it will take time. So that was the chicken accident. I was very sad. Yes, I couldn't even continue work yesterday. Uh, I tried to eat something, and I mean, they were these small um, before uh, when they came here. They were really, really small. Maybe I have the film. Uh, I can check to see if I have the movie still in the computer. Yeah, maybe. Okay, this is 19 March. So 19 March. What's that? That's like uh, I have to check the calendar. 19 March. So that's like 4 weeks. Is that 1, 2, 3? Yeah, 4 weeks. 4 weeks ago. So this is my second movie. Let's look. So that was 4 weeks ago. But four, still alive. So I still feel sad about this. But death is something that uh, in Sweden, uh, the first 40 years of my life that I lived in Sweden, before I moved to Thailand, I have 2 people dead. No, 3. My father, my uh, grandfather, and my grandma. That was the only 3 people the first 40 years of my life. And then when I moved to Thailand, I met death so much. I think 1 year it was 63 people died. that I met here in Thailand, because the most people coming here, as I told you in an other movie, they come here to retire, and they are 20, 30 years older than I am. So it's a normal decision, not decision, but normal way in life today. And some were even not even 60. They were like 50, 52 years old, mostly motorbike accidents. Um, it's a lot of accidents here in Thailand. Um, so, Dev, how do you handle it? I, I think from the bigger perspective that it was uh, their time, their time to go somewhere else, wherever that is. We don't know where we come from when we're born here. We are not, nobody knows where we are going. We just live here 40, 50, 90, 100 years in this time frame. And it's really an illusion uh, because nobody really knows what happened before and after. Uh, no idea. So maybe she can fly in chicken heaven. I don't know. So what more do we have happened this week? Oh, I did this crazy uh, promotion on Friday or Thursday. I don't remember. I promoted. I made a little video about how to rank um, uh, uh, on Google first page on a keyword. I've learned a new way of ranking. No manipulation, uh, no pay ads. Just a new way of rank on Google last week. So I tried to get companies on my idea of this, but nobody took the chance to be on the first page on Google in a small, in a um, niche of their choice. So maybe I will try a new way of getting marketing customer, but I will redo everything in a different way. I have done a marketing course here over the last 3-4 years, so I think I'm skilled. I've helped some companies. Some have had great success. Some have less success. But I need to practice more. So I need more a small company to engage with my work so I can practice. Uh, it's not easy. I can tell you straight away. Doing marketing on internet, it's you have to have a passion for technical stuff. You really need a passion for solving complex technical whatever stuff. I love it. I love it. Um, um, so that was a little about marketing. This week is a big holiday here in Thailand. The big holiday is called Songkran. Songkran is there was a king. I don't remember what number, but this is a long time ago. It was very hot, and the king said to people, go out and throw water on inside each other. Throw water, yes. So that was the beginning of Songkran, and it is the Thai New Year. It's a holiday. Some parts of Thailand starts number 7, and it ends in some parts of Thailand number 19. They have different days in different districts where they throw water at each other, but it's cancelled because of the corona. It's cancelled. This water throwing festival, it's by going to the temple, and after you have been at the temple, you get your blessing or whatever it's called. I don't know. I'm not a Buddhist. Uh, uh, and then you get the permission to throw water at anyone. Anyone. Um, but everything is cancelled. But it's still, I think, 3 or 4 days. Next week's are red. So banks are closed. Police station are closed. Serious. Maybe they have 1 or 2, but everywhere where you're driving, there is like small police station in every corner, every 2, 3, 400 meters. There is like a police stop. It's voluntary people who stops people. They have like the authority to stop people, and there's a lot of chairs for sitting down. And I thought, what is this? And normally it's one police guy there, but normally it's voluntary people. It's a lot of voluntary people. And there were people sitting there. I didn't understand this 10 years ago, but somebody told me that they stop people that are too drunk to drive home. So they let them sit on a chair until they are sober enough to drive home. That's like crazy. But kind of good, but kind of crazy. So they stop people so they can sober up on a chair so they can drive home. And there is a thing in our little district where I live, Cachette is the area. There is at least 10 kind of this stop, and I don't even think it's 500 people living here. So there is a lot of this. Now I don't know if they even have them, but I think they have. So it's the biggest holiday of the year here in Thailand. It's very hot. Even if it's raining, which normally doesn't rain here in Thailand at this time. But yesterday it was raining, and I was like, good, because it's too hot. Daytime it's really hot. A normal year when it's not raining like now, the ocean temperature, the temperature is in the ocean is over 37 degrees. I don't know that in Fahrenheit, but I think it's around 100, if I'm correctly updated on Fahrenheit. So it's like 1 degree higher than the border temperature when you go in the ocean. So then you can imagine how hot it is in the air, in the sun. The first 5 years, I think I have to take like an eye view take uh, salt and water into my body 2 times during April, May, because I was totally out of energy. I had to go to the hospital to take uh, injections for surviving the heat. I didn't understand that. There were a Dutch guy who learned me this, um, and he's dead. Bone cancer. He went back to Holland. Yeah, so it's a bit sad today. Uh, I hope you enjoyed this movie. I have really passed 30 minutes, so my Sunday talk uh, is about little about make a difference in the world, little about my chicken. The movie you saw here, I have made the music. I mean, I do music, I do art, paintings. I'm a life coach, business coach, and I have done this for a very, very long time. I hope you enjoyed this Sunday talk with Mikael Avatar. Born Sweden, but live since many, many years in Thailand. Take care.